You know, I read this news, I go over all this information, and I got to be honest, I get crazed in the morning. Crazed with just focus, and then my mind starts accelerating, and it gets very, very frustrating that it's so hard to go over all the information and what's unfolding. You know, markets were rattled yesterday, and they're talking about Bernanke when he leaves in August in the Wall Street Journal. Reportedly, they're saying he's going to leave by August, and that QE infinity will end, and that rates will shoot up, and that there will be a crash. That's what all the gearing up is, with the bullets and the armored vehicles and the preparations to seize your pension funds to bail out the mega banks. They hold you hostage and say, bail us out in Europe, bail us out in the U.S., bail us out in Asia. But they designed it as an implosion. Then they get all your tax money and then lecture you how you owe them interest on the money you gave them. Everybody knows that the European banks were bailed out. Everybody knows the big globalist banks in the U.S. were bailed out, the same group, in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But by now, it's like, oh, the lazy Spanish, the lazy Greeks, the lazy Italians. They're not lazy. They work constantly over there. They work 2 or 3 jobs, just like Americans. They work 6 days a week. I've gone and looked up the actuaries. The numbers are out there. Sure, the Germans get a month of vacation. The French do. But they certainly don't in those other countries, and they're hardworking people. And it's the globalists that created the derivative scam, not to even create a bubble and pump up the economy, but to infect the entire world market. Globalism isn't meant to create global prosperity. It's meant to create global pestilence in the financial markets to then hold everyone hostage and demand a financial dictatorship globally, or they will wreck it even further. And then you acquiesce to the threat of the terrorist, and then you only go deeper into bondage. The bravada, arrogant, stuffed, chutzpah-fueled New World Order is run by a bunch of madmen. And yes, fortune favors the bold, and just as Napoleon and Hitler went a bridge too far and invaded too many countries, the globalists are trying to invade the entire human psyche and give us psychic death, a psychic infection, a psychic spiritual wound to hate ourselves and hate our life force and hate our survival instinct and stand down so they can take over the world. The New World Order is dead on arrival by design. It's meant to implode the globe financially, economically, where they are the only men left standing, but that's not going to happen. The New World Order will be swept under in their own riptide and will be torn physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, limb from limb. They will be drawn and they will be quartered. They will be hoisted on their own petard. They will fall into their own pit. They believe that they're going to become gods. They are in a race with different combines who agree on world government as the structure of dominance over humanity, but who are not in full control over their own centralized system as they struggle and battle for control at the top of the pyramid. That's why they are pedal to the metal genetic engineering, life extension technologies, weaponizing all electronics, all computer systems in a panopticonic grid of dehumanization. In fact, will you guys print this? I meant to cover it 2 days ago and never did. Schmidt, the head of Google, came out and said, I think it's stupid. The headline is, Schmidt says, "Don't be evil" slogan of Google was silly, is the headline. He gave a speech and said that, and he was questioned in the talk he gave, and he said, Well, there is no evil. That's only in the Bible. When you hear that, ladies and gentlemen, you know what they're doing. They're telling you there's no rudder. They're telling you there's no standard. They're telling you there is nothing that matters, so you are blind and deaf and tasteless and touchless and have no bearing. You know a rotten steak full of maggots is evil, evil to your palate. You know a killer grabbing a small child out of the back of a backyard and raping and torturing them for months. Psychopaths call it using them up before they kill them. You know that's inherently evil. It's against life. It's against prosperity. It's against the universe. It is an aberration to not fall to your knees and see the beauty in the firmament of the sky at night, and to love all the beautiful and innocent and good things and want to crush the evil, not want to crush the innocent. It is a cancer in the universe. It is a fraud. It is a virus. It is a malfunction. And it tells us we are deformed. It tells us we're blind. No, I have deep knowledge of good and evil. I have more knowledge of evil than most of these evil people. And they believe they are achieving power by going against the universal programming, and it's the opposite. And so I just want to talk directly to the globalists before I get into the news here. Many of you, after you attain great power, realize that it's actually a millstone. But then you're so deep in it and so fearful, and in the struggle to gain power, you burn yourselves out. And so you've already carried out your mission, or El Diablo. Still others just enjoy the raw exercise of power and the different flavors of it. But your statement that there is no evil, there is no right and wrong, that you are beyond good and evil, any of you that actually believe that are nothing but imprisoned spiritual slaves. The higher-ups above you truly believe that through darkness there will be brought light, and that Lucifer is God, and that Lucifer has chosen them to be gods. The highest level of the New World Order actually is beyond your term of good and evil, but they are deceived. They believe they're doing horrible things and see it as evil, but believe that they are simply bringing in a time of darkness to bring in a time of great light, and that is another lie. The truth is, there is a force in this universe that wants to kill and destroy life. All life, new life, old forms of life. The counterfeit world being built by Monsanto and Google and Microsoft, all part of the inner eugenics combine with IBM as its progenitor, a eugenics foundation cult, with IBM at the center. Its plan is the total destruction of this planet. If you want to know what's at the bottom of the rabbit hole, it's death. And all of you intellectually, but also at a subconscious level, because your subconscious is innumerably more powerful than your conscious mind. It is your mind. The cerebral cortex is only the narrow focus of the mind. You already know what I'm telling you is true. Intellectually, academically, you can prove it all. And we do. But there are very few in the world who serve this conspiracy against life and against truth, who actually know the great plan. But there are those in love with death and in love with the siren song of destruction, who are wedded to Satan forever in the black tomb, the black grave, the black hole, that they would make this planet. There is a spiritual force in the universe that does not want humanity to achieve its next level of development. The eye has not seen, the ear has not heard what the creator of the universe has in store for those made in the image and the likeness. Not only the image, the likeness, the behavior of the creator of the universe. The prime directive is to achieve type 1 civilization for this planet and move to the next level. Satan plans to block it. Our viewers have demanded it, so now you're gonna get it. More pro-Second Amendment gun shows in the month of June.
What we've learned is you cannot hide behind an I-beam when there's a 50 cal present.
Brothers in Arms, 50 cal ammo review, and more. Coming in the month of June to the InfoWar.